Om Shanti. A very good afternoon to all of you, and welcome to another English Public Talk. Hoping to reach out to more people across the world now on YouTube. It's really a pleasure for me to serve you all. Some of you may already know me. I'm your MC for today. My name is Dengkil, a teacher by profession and a student of Raja Yoga meditation since December 2015. So before we start our topic today, I'd like to make two general announcements. We do have a Q&A session at the end of the talk, so kindly use the live chat below to type in your questions so we can ask those questions during the Q&A session at the end. And if you see the description box below, you have a URL link that offers you a free online easy meditation course. You can click on it and register. Now, this meditation course is suitable for all ages, so don't have to wait, and it's all free. So please join in today. So to introduce our topic today, we have a very interesting topic for you today, karma and destiny. So are karma and destiny related to each other, or are they just two words? They say that as is the karma, so is your destiny. It is the energy that we create, radiate, and manifest. So what is the role of free will then? Do we shape our own destiny? Can we shape our own destiny? Or is it God's will? So for this, we have a wonderful, very knowledgeable and experienced speaker, BK MEERA NAGANANDA. I'm proud to let her introduce the topic of karma and destiny to you. Now, a little introduction about the speaker. Sister MEERA joined the Brahma Kumaris World Spiritual Organization in Mysore, India in 1968. And it's been 52 years ever since. And she's held various positions in the branches of Brahma Kumaris worldwide and is currently the director of Brahma Kumaris Malaysia. Over the span of long 52 years, Sister MEERA is a much sought after speaker specializing in the subject of mind relations. She is also currently an authority in the study of mind management and spiritual empowerment. She has dedicated her life to world service. During 1986, she toured around more than 15 countries promoting the International Year of Peace project, the Million Minutes of Peace Appeal, and participate in the international finale, which was held in New York. The list of her achievements is endless, and so hence, without any further delay, it's best to hear from her herself about how spirituality and meditation are the powerful tools for karma and destiny. So please don't forget to leave your questions in the live chat below for our Q&A session at the end of this talk. MEERA, it's all yours.
A very good evening and greetings of peace to everyone. All of us are aware that the present time in which we are living today, the present world in which we are living today is divided into pieces. We can see sorrow, fear, anxiety everywhere. We see that, children are starving. There is untimely death without any cause. Something happening to someone's life without any reason. When we look at all these situations in our world today, many questions arise in our minds. Where is God? Is there justice? Why me? So when such questions arise in our mind, we look out for answers. And I would say that there is an answer, definitely. We know that this world operates on the basis of different laws, scientific laws as well as natural laws. There are laws like the law of gravity, law of entropy, and third law of Newton, which says that action and reaction are equal and opposite. And just as there are physical laws, this operates this world, in the same way, there are certain spiritual laws which govern human life on earth. And one of the laws that operates for human life on earth is the law of karma. Karma definitely means just a simple definition of karma translated into action, the law of action. The law of action says that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So that means, for example, say you throw a black ball towards someone today. And that ball, according to the law of karma, it has to come back to you with the same force with which you threw. You cannot expect to receive a white ball when you have thrown a black ball. And that black ball can return to you today, tomorrow, after some years, even after some births, which we may not even remember. So when we look into this law of karma, then when we look at our life experiences, sometimes the question comes, if the law of karma says that action and reaction are equal and opposite, say for example, today in my normal life, I give happiness to someone, but then I always receive sorrow from that person. So I am throwing white ball giving happiness. Why am I getting sorrow? So there is the secret of karma. Because as we understand, according to Buddhism, the law of cause and effect, there is no effect without a cause. There is no cause without an effect. So to understand this secret, why is that I am throwing white ball, but I am getting black ball, which means I am giving happiness now, but I am getting sorrow now from the other person. So in order to understand the significant secret behind this, I have to know the existence of the soul within the body. As I explained, karma means energy using the matter. And so our karma action begins when the energy enters the fetus of the mother. You know, from that time onwards, I begin to get the consequences of my karma. And that continues until the last breath of my life, until I leave this body. And then when I leave my body, I will take in essence the story of all the karmas that I did, whether I did good or bad, in the form of a sanskara that will decide my destiny. So firstly, I need to understand that I, the soul, I have been in many bodies before. I will be in many bodies in the future. And this is only one of the body the soul resides now to experience the result of the karma. So which means that it is also important for me to understand the theory of reincarnation. There is birth after death. Of course, the question mark is who decides my destiny? After I die, the soul will carry the sanskaras in the form of karma, but who decides where I will be born? Actually, no one interferes in creating my destiny. It is me who decides, and it is me who experience the result of the karma. That means, God doesn't interfere in creating the destiny of human beings. God only teaches what is good and what is bad. It is my choice to decide whether I want to do good or bad. And so I hope you can understand when you know the reincarnation. So you are born to a particular parents in a particular situation, in a particular circumstance, according to my karma. Nowadays, we see a baby is born to a royal family, and that baby's birth is advertised in the whole world. And from birth, the baby enjoys luxury of happiness. It is because it has carried with itself the good karma, and that it has the fruit of the good karma. But at the same time, we see some babies are born in different parts of the world. Sometimes some babies are thrown in the dustbin, they're thrown here and there, they are starving. Again, the karma that soul carries decides the destiny. Parents don't decide, God don't decide. The soul is the main energy that decides its destiny. So that means we understand if I am giving happiness to someone today, why am I getting sorrow from that person? There is a reason. Because you have thrown the black ball sometime in the past, maybe this birth, maybe many other births, or if someone has cheated you in your business, or if someone has been betrayal. So why does this happen to me when I am so good? So, but I have forgotten that I have thrown the black ball sometime in the past. That means I have performed the same intensity of action with that soul in a different body. Because I am in a different body today, they are in a different body. So both of us don't remember, but the law works whether you remember or not, whether you know or not, whether you accept or not, the law will continue to work. And so sometime in the past, what I have created, the account of karma, now I am getting the return. Okay, I think it's clear. So you are getting the return of the karma that you did with that same soul, but in a different bodies. Now is a very important thing to understand. Now, when the ball has come to me, the black ball, how can I now change my destiny? So now I have a choice. You can choose to create your destiny. There is a free will. So what actions you perform now will create your destiny. So if instead of throwing the black ball again, you can make up your mind to throw the white ball. That means to perform positive action so that next time you don't get the same result as you experienced. So that is what we say, destiny. Sometimes people talk about predestined. So what is the meaning of predestined? That means, past, actually, I am the one who have written the destiny. So that has come to me today. So now I have a choice whether I want to do the same action or not. So this is why there is a difference between human being and animals. Animals cannot decide because they don't have intellect. But human beings are bestowed with this greatest gift from God, intellect, that can think right and wrong and make decision, create destiny according to that. So what I am experiencing now is the result of my past action. Okay. Now I have a choice to create my future by presently performing action which is positive. Now the question is that I need to have some kind of power in my intellect to make the right decision so that I don't experience the same thing. Because according to my experience, I feel that the decision that we make in the present for the future is based on the knowledge, the enlightenment, the awareness that we have in our life. And I tell you, there are few things that influences our choices. That is why not all of us make the right choice, and we end up making the wrong choice and experience again sorrow in our life. There are four main factors that influences my choice. One is money. Money is a very important factor that influences my choice. How you earn the money, what was your awareness, what was your consciousness, all these counts. And so that influences my intellect in making my destiny for myself. And the second thing that influences our choice is the food. As is the food, so is the mind. And so it is very important to make sure I feed my mind and my body with the right type of food so that my intellect is empowered to make right decision. And the third factor that influences our choice is company that we keep. Because you may be a very good person, but then if you have a wrong company influences the intellect and disempowers. So when I'm disempowered, I do not make the right decision now, so my destiny will be accordingly. And the fourth very important factor that influences your content of consumption. You know, what you consume every morning when you wake up, what you consume, and that is what is going to empower intellect so that you can make the right choice. So when I talk about the content of consumption, I mean, look at today's world. See, the moment people wake up, the first thing they touch is the mobile, which is so full of negativity. The second they switch on is radio or television to listen to all the negative news. And the third thing they touch is the newspaper, which is full of negative news. And so from the beginning of the early morning, when we begin to consume these negative aspects, so my intellect is really, overloaded with information. So I cannot have the enlightenment to make the right choice. So what I would like to suggest, you have a choice. So make sure the food you intake for the body, the company that you keep, and the money that you earn is always clean. And the consumption in the morning, it should be actually, if you want to make the right choice to create the best destiny for yourself, you need to wake up in the morning, saying good morning to God, and then begin to have some positive thoughts for yourself, having a feeling of gratitude and attitude of gratitude towards God, and think of certain good things so that I am able to empower the soul, because they say in the early morning hours, our subconscious is awakened. So whatever you feel in your subconscious mind, it will affect our decision making. And so if you really want to create a destiny for yourself, which is positive, so please pay attention to these. And so once I have empowered myself with some wisdom, some knowledge, spiritual knowledge, then that knowledge and wisdom is going to help me, to guide me to make the right decision. It's not just enough to listen to the knowledge, but I need to also implement that knowledge in action. That is why it is said, knowledge is light and knowledge is might. And so once we are able to enlighten our intellect in the present time, even though you have received a black ball, from someone in the present, after you giving them white ball, but you can now change your decision of not throwing the black ball again. You can make a choice to throw the white ball, which means you make up your mind to do the right type of action, with the souls you come in contact with. Then automatically in the future, it could be now also, it could be tomorrow also, it could be after 1 year, the same soul will return the white ball to you, because he received or she received the white ball. But sometimes people ask this question, I have been always honest in my life. And because of being honest, I always suffer. And when I see other people being dishonest and they are flourishing in business, so I feel, oh, there is no justice here. So I may as well follow the same thing, but we shouldn't. Because, we have a free will to make decision. We have the choice to change our destiny. So actually, karma is action. So what is happening in your life is the result of your past action, which you cannot avoid. It's already destined. It's done already. But now from this moment, you can change your destiny by empowering your intellect, implementing wisdom and spirituality, so that I understand how I am responsible. This is very important to understand in the law of karma. Whatever is happening in my life, I am solely responsible. Nobody else, not my parents, not the government, not God also. So when I am responsible for what I am experiencing now, so why I can't take the responsibility to make a right choice? So this is where we say that, spirituality and meditation are the best tool to make the right choice to create our destiny. Because spirituality and meditation enlightens my intellect, empowers my intellect, because intellect is the faculty in the soul that makes decision. So if I am not able to use my intellect in the right way, if I sit down there saying, okay, I am destined to suffer, God wants me to suffer, it's okay. God doesn't want you to suffer. And you are not destined to suffer. Of course, you can change your suffering into happiness. But now you wake up, you stand up and realize the choice you have and create a destiny for yourself. And so the future is in my hand now in the present. I can take my life in the direction of my choice. And we have heard so many stories of human beings, who realize that they have a choice. And so they were able to change their life from a dacoit to a yogi, from a dacoit to a sage. We have so many stories in Indian mythology of that kind. And so let us not sit down saying that, God is God's will, so I am suffering, or it is destined, I have to suffer. Of course, up until now, what is happening, I have to accept it as my karma, because I, the soul, have been in another body before. And so whatever I did, I will get the reaction. But now we have a beautiful choice to take ourselves in the right direction. So this is a very interesting aspect we come to understand through Raj Yoga. For example, I was very much touched because I am a science student. I believe in logic, and I also used to think that way. I am destined to suffer. God wants me to be like this. But then when I heard in Raj Yoga that there is a free will, you have a choice to create your destiny, I was very much impressed. And I liked that wisdom. And from then onwards, I took responsibility for my life. I took responsibility to make decision for my life, because I know that when I leave this body, I will take the decisions I have made and I will get the fruit according to that. That is why in Christianity also, they say, as you sow, so shall you reap, right? So that means if you have sown the right type of action now, even though you got a negative reaction from someone, you understand that, but you responded positively. So automatically in the future, you will receive only the positive reaction. So in that way, we are able to lead a happy life in the future. And of course, during our lifetime, we perform three types of karmas. One is called positive action, the second is negative action, and the third one is neutral action. So positive actions are those actions performed in the body consciousness, in the matter consciousness under the influence of five vices like lust, greed, anger, attachment, and ego. So that gives me sorrow and gives sorrow to others. And the second type of action is called positive, negative action. Positive action, which is performed in soul consciousness and God consciousness, that makes me happy and that makes others happy. Of course, at the moment, I would say that we cannot perform neutral actions. Now, in one part of the world cycle, there was a time we used to perform neutral action when we had an account of good actions in excess. But today we have so much of negative actions as a bundle on our head. So we have to clear those and, accumulate an account of good actions so much, then only we can think of performing neutral actions. Sometimes I think you may wonder, when a baby is born in a home, they say, oh, this baby is very lucky. Since the baby has born, our home has become a heaven. She has brought fortune. So what is the meaning of fortune here? Actually, fortune means that soul, and it was in other bodies, have performed so many good actions, that it was excess when it took birth. So it carried that account of good actions, excess of good actions. So from the moment it has entered the fetus of the mother, from the moment it has taken birth, it is enjoying the fruit of those good actions. So nothing happens in our life without a reason. There is a cause and effect for every action that we perform. So if I see myself, not having that fortune at the present time, there is no need to feel sad. There is no need to mourn about it, but accept. That is very important in the law of karma, to create my good destiny for the future. What is happening now, I accept it as I am responsible. From that moment onwards, you take the responsibility to change your actions, using wisdom and knowledge. This is very important, because if I don't have enough wisdom and knowledge, I will not be able to make the right choice. That is why they always say, watch your thoughts. See, your thoughts becomes feelings. Your thoughts will become feelings, and then your feelings will create actions. So that is why it is always said that watch your thoughts, because your thoughts will become words. Watch your words will become actions. Watch your actions will become habits. And watch your habits will become character. And watch your character, it becomes your destiny. That is why they say, you are the maker of your destiny. Either you can break it or make it. You are the architect. So I need to understand that responsibility. I have the key in my hands. So I don't need to blame anyone, but I don't need to feel sad about what I'm going through, because I accept, because I was in ignorance. I did not know what I did. But of course, the law of action applies to everyone, whether it is a king or a pauper. Just like the law of gravity, it applies to everyone, isn't it? If a king falls from the fifth floor, or a pauper falls from the fifth floor, both will get the same kind of injury. Nature doesn't have any discrimination. So the law of karma doesn't have any discrimination. It doesn't have any favoritism. It works the same thing for all of us. But of course, in the past, people did not believe in reincarnation, and now reincarnation is not a religious issue. From what I understand, now it has become more scientific. There are many experiments done on people. They do hypnotic regression, in which they were sent to their past life, and they were able to speak about where they were and what has happened. So there is now more belief on the reincarnation, life after death. So don't think that this is the only life you are living. This is only one of the life, one of the bodies that you are in today, out of the many bodies you have taken in the past, and you will continue to take in the future. And so if all of us, living on this earth, sometimes we wonder, who made this world become hell from heaven? God created heaven, but who made it into hell? It is we human beings through our actions. And so we human beings can take the responsibility to make this world a heaven once again by transforming our actions. So our actions will be transformed on the basis of realization, on the basis of knowing who am I, what is my relationship with God, and where I have come from, and what is the purpose of living. As they say that, we are here not just for survival. We are here to create life. And so if all of us transform our actions, what we are doing today, by changing our destiny, and everyone's destiny will be the bright, and that is going to be the golden aged world. That's why sometimes people ask me, looking at the situation in the world, is there any hope for humanity for future? What will happen? Actually, I would like to share this good news. There is a new world in the making, a golden dawn that is coming up. Just I need to keep awake. I need to enlighten myself. I need to ignite the light of knowledge within myself and make the right choice. And so whether it is good or bad, that is up to you. And I am the one who is going to enjoy the fruit of it. So that is why karma and destiny are two words, but they are connected. Karma is action, destiny is actually action that I do on the basis of my choice based on wisdom and knowledge. And so always be a seeker of knowledge and wisdom. So enlighten your intellect, empower your intellect so that you will be able to have the free will to make the choice and take the responsibility to lead a more happier life in the future. Don't try to copy the person who is dishonest and enjoying life thinking you can do the same. Maybe they are getting that privilege because they must have done some good actions in the past. So they have thrown white ball, they are getting white ball, but now they are throwing black ball, they will not escape. You can escape from police with the, national laws, but you cannot escape the law of karma because it is absolute. Because now they are dishonest, they are throwing black ball, they will definitely receive the black ball in return. But don't follow them. You continue to be a good person. You continue to throw white ball even towards someone who is throwing black ball with you, and they will understand, and I will at least not damage my life. And so the choice is mine. And so why not I make the right choice and enjoy the rest of my life, using the free will. So it's a very interesting topic. Today we cannot talk much in detail, but in essence, that is what I would like to say. No, you are the architect of your destiny. Huh? The present is the past karma result. And now present, you make decision to create your destiny for the future. So that is why we say the future is in your hands. What you want to become, that you can become. But in order to make that right choice, I have to empower my intellect, enlighten my intellect. Hope you are able to accept and understand what I'm sharing with you. And I really wish all of you to use these two tools, spirituality and wisdom, to make your destiny more brighter and make your future even more bright than what it is now. Thank you very much. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, sister. It was such a wonderful talk, and there's so much that I have learned that how your thoughts eventually can become your habits and change your destiny. That was such a beautiful process expressed and explained. And so it just starts at the thought level. And looking at that, if we change our thoughts, we can change our destiny. And it is in our hands. And it is so beautifully explained by you. I can see, but there are a few questions, some that we have over here. Now, some of them ask that why do we go through so much in life? I don't actually remember my past life. So sometimes I feel I'm being punished now for something that I don't know or I don't remember. Is that fair?
Actually, when we think in this way, it makes it very clear that I do not have the awareness of the soul in the body. I am looking at life as only this life, as a human. I have forgotten the being, the soul, the non physical entity that exists forever, right? So, if you want answer for this, you have to understand that I am not body alone. If I look at myself as a human being and see myself as a body, this question can come. What did I do that I to deserve for this experience? But if you become aware that soul in the body, it has been in many bodies before, and then I have carried over so many karmas that I have done. I may not be aware, but the karma is already done. So I cannot escape the fruit of it, whether it is good or not. So, in order to accept the pain that I am going through now, I have to understand the existence of the soul, in the body, which has been in many bodies before. Reincarnation theory has to be understood very clearly. Then only you know that there is a cause for my suffering.
Yes, sister, but okay, there is a question like, in my religion, we don't believe in past lives. They say that there are, reincarnation in past life. So where is their karma there? Because they say whatever you do here, you receive over here. So how does that connect?
No, whether you believe it or not, as I said earlier, the law of karma works on everyone, which religion you belong to, which faith you belong to, whatever. But the law of karma is very scientific, very logic. It works on everyone. And so, just because I belong to a particular religion and that religion doesn't believe in karma doesn't mean that I can be exempted. It works on everyone because it is a law, just like a law of entropy, law of gravity, works on everyone. It is not religious based. So law of karma is a natural karma, works on everyone. Whether I know it or not, believe it or not, accept it or not. So it is better that I accept it scientifically so that I can change my destiny now. So I should not give the excuse saying that my religion doesn't believe, so now I don't accept. But it is happening to me practically. So you use your logic and then gain wisdom to understand the scientific causes. Then you are able to convince yourself and grow better.
Okay, sister, there's one more question here. Is karma in return? Is the karma in return? Will it come from the same soul?
Yes, because as I told you exactly, if I have thrown the black ball towards someone and they have received the black ball, that is the same person who will throw the black ball to me, not another person. It is also Newton's law. If you throw the ball towards the sky, the ball will come back to you because you have thrown the ball. It goes to the sky, it will come back to you. It won't go to another person. So the same thing, if I have performed a wrong action with a person in this birth without knowing, I don't know the karma philosophy, but I just did it. I betrayed someone, I cheated someone, but then both of us changed our costume. The one who cheated and the one who was cheated, we changed our bodies and many bodies. And we have forgotten what we have done to each other. And suddenly that karma comes back into my life. So I cannot accept it because I don't remember. And that person also don't remember. But through this karma philosophy enlightenment, we come to understand definitely why it is happening to me and not to others. That is a correct indication. So I am the one who has thrown the black ball. So that is why I am getting it, but the duration can be short or longer. That you cannot measure. It can be after 10 births, it can be after 10 hours, after 10 days, after 10 years. You don't. But it will come back to you, So that is, it will come back to the same person, not to another one.
Okay, sister, there's another question. How to know that I'm creating my new accounts or setting my old accounts by old karmic accounts?
See, if I have already realized that I am responsible for what I'm going through, and I have empowered my intellect with knowledge and wisdom about karma, akarma, and vikarma, good karma, bad karma, neutral karma, on the basis of spirituality and meditation, then I will use the knowledge now. I will use the knowledge now to create a good karma, So that means the bad karma that I did will not influence me. Otherwise, if I don't have knowledge and enlightenment, I will be weak. And the same sorrow, suffering that I am having, that can influence my karma. But because there is enlightenment in the knowledge, enlightenment in my intellect, so I am able to accept it, but then I have the courage to take the step forward to make decision to do the good. And so when I'm not influenced by the past karma, so that is an indication that you are creating good karma for the future. And that influence comes on my intellect because I'm not enlightened. I am in ignorance. I have not accepted the responsibility as I am being the cause of it. So when I have done that, then I am able to let go. You let go of the past. And so you are able to create your destiny for the future. So there is happiness. There is happiness if you are creating an account of good actions, your destiny for the future, there is happiness in your life. In spite of the suffering will not make you feel sorrow because you have accepted, I am responsible, so that's okay. But your happiness will increase because you have made the positive decision with taking initiative. Your happiness will increase. So now also you are happy, and then when you receive the return white ball for the white ball you have thrown, then also you will be happy.
Okay, sister, I have yet another question, especially in this time of the pandemic. Now, so many people die at the same time. And sometimes it is not due to anything, but due to wrong leadership or wrong actions taken by some people. So how do we understand this? A group sin, or how do we relate to this?
Actually, in the law of karma, there is individual karma, there is family karma, there is group karma, there is national karma also. So it is not that only one person. Certain actions involve so many people. No, I remember one time there was a shooting done on small children in a school in Scotland, I think many years ago. And, the innocent children and the teachers were died on the spot. And there was nobody can think about the cause, and everybody was very sad. So the whole nation was involved, and there was a special silence that was kept to give peace to those souls who have left the body. So it is like a national karma, and sometimes it is a family karma, and sometimes it is a group karma. So this is what you are talking about, is a group karma. It is not one individual. So then the whole group, if they have, but of course within the group, if one individually gets enlightened, so they can escape the suffering, where the rest of the group will still go through. If the whole group gets enlightened, then they can create their destiny with their free will.
Okay, there's one more question here from a person from YouTube. Does karma get returned in the same form, like betrayal versus betrayal, or dishonesty versus dishonesty, or betrayal versus insult, etc.? Is it the same form?
A very good question. Of course, betrayal will not be returned with betrayal, dishonesty with dishonesty, but the intensity, action could be different. But the intensity of suffering that comes through the action, that will be the same. The intensity of sorrow and suffering that I have given to someone through betrayal, that will be the same, but the action may not be the same, So the action can be different, but the intensity will be the same.
Okay. And there's another question here. If someone buys a lottery ticket and that person wins big money. So how can we explain this from the point of law of karma?
I think this kind of habits, because it's a public money, right? Lottery winning and getting money is not your own earned money. So it is we call it as a dirty money. And so even if you can win the lottery, you can be happy, but it is a dirty money and it will not help you to create a best destiny. That is why I mentioned one of the factors that would help to enlighten our intellect to make right decision to create the right destiny is money. So we have to be very careful the way we receive money. It's not a kind of a great thing to win the lottery and get so many $1,000, but that money that you will be using, the dirty money, the public money, will lead you to perform many dirty actions, and that will have consequences.
Okay, sister, there's another very interesting question here. Or rather, somebody said that, does it mean that we suffer for our bad karma here on earth and also after we die? Like is mentioned in the Garuda Purana, that says that we get punished for bad acts after we die. So does that mean double punishment?
No, I don't think. I think what they have written in the scripture is to really inspire us. It is just to create that fear in us that if you do anything wrong, the physical punishment is written in Garud Puran. I know about it, but we don't have that kind of experience actually. It is only mythological. But in fact, whatever karma I have done, I will suffer in different ways, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, now in this body. But to allow us not to inspire us not to do wrong actions, they have created a kind of fear that you will be put in the hot oil, your eyes will be pulled, some things like that. But that is not going to happen. But actually now we suffer on all four levels: emotional, mental, spiritual, physical. So it's only once, not twice. Okay.
One last question, sister. The judge who gives punishment to criminals, now he is accountable. So because of nowadays people, they can actually build cases. So sometimes he gives a wrong judgment based on the evidence. It may be a wrong decision. So how is he accountable for that
I think this is a very,
which
very
he
deep
didn't
and
on?
it's a very deep and subtle karmic account. See, we have to be honest with ourselves. So suppose if the judge make a decision, without any favoritism, as his duty according to the law, without getting influenced by anyone, according to his responsibility, then he's not accountable, because there is equal, there is a wrong action, punishment. But then sometimes nowadays, if the judge gets influenced by the clients and then their judgment is made on the basis of that influence, then there will be accountability. So that is how I have to be genuine. I perform my duty according to my occupation as per the law. But when I get influence and I break the law, then I will have to face the consequences. Maybe not now, sometime later.
Wow, sister, that was so informational, so knowledgeable. And I think we will stop our Q&A here. If you have more questions, you can very well register with us using our link below in the description box, or later on we'll be putting up our QR code which you can scan as well. Now, sister, we will have a short commentary from you. So I would request everyone to sit back comfortably and relax. And as a token of blessing, we try to connect with the speaker and we try to absorb the positive energy from the speaker. We call this taking drishti. So let's sit back, relax, absorb the positive energy that we share with Sister MEERA. Thank you, Sister.
Om Shanti.
Om.
I would request all of you who are listening to take your seats wherever you are and sit relaxed and slowly let go of all the tensions in the body and mind. Take a long breath in and out. I allow the body to sit comfortably, relaxed. I turn my mind within. I visualize this whole world as a field of action where each and every soul is reaping the fruit and sowing the seed. And I begin to realize in my own life, I have sowed seeds in my past lives, and I have reaped fruit in the following birth. I understand the existence of the living energy that is responsible to perform action, to sow the seed. And it is the living energy that experiences the fruit of the action. So for the next few minutes, let me focus my attention towards this energy, the soul, in the center of my forehead, and empower the soul so that the decisions I make to create my destiny from now on is going to be positive. I visualize myself as a tiny point of light shining in the center of my forehead. I am light. I am a living energy with mind, intellect, and sanskaras. I am immortal. I exist forever. I, the being of light, my nature is peace. I am peace. I am love. I am full of light and might. In this awareness of my true self, I experience myself becoming weightless, so light that I can feel myself lifting my consciousness, going beyond this body, floating out beyond the clouds. I, the being of light, full of peace, light and might, I am being pulled into the region of golden red light. I, the being of light, I see myself surrounded by the silence of this sweet home. in this region of golden red light, I see myself in the presence of God, a light like myself, but like the sun, radiating rays and beams of light filled with love, power, and peace. I connect myself with God, the source. I am receiving God's peace, God's light, God's love. I am totally empowered. I am energized in this connection. And slowly, I, the being of light, I make my return journey from this region of golden red light, slowly moving through the planet into this earth. I return to my body and I see myself in the center of my forehead, radiating God's light, love, and peace. I am peace. I am love. I am light. Having this enlightenment, empowerment with self-realization and God's light, I am in a position to make better choice and guide my destiny in a positive direction. Always remember, destiny is in your hand. You can make it or you can break it. Take responsibility to make the right choice and enjoy the rest of your life. Om Shanti. 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 Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Meera. It was so peaceful, so relaxing, so nice. And shortly now, there will be a QR code on your screen. You can scan the QR code and register with us to allow us to help you more. I'm sure you have a lot more questions. Some questions due to time constraints, we were not able to take it. So if you register with us and give us your contact, we will contact you and try to answer as many questions of yours that you have.